Welcome to Marty's Garden, a micro farm on the mid-north coast of Australia and New South Wales. This garden consists and grows under permaculture and agricultural sustainable principles. Lifestyle, sustainability and self-sufficiency is what it's all about. G'day my friends and welcome to Marty's Garden. I know I've been a bit slow on the videos this week because I normally bring out a couple each week, but I've been flat out here on the mid-north coast and it's been a bit cold getting up in the morning, so I'm getting into this new routine and also getting the compost business, the micro farm, up and running. Super duper busy, but I've got something really special for you today. I've got Karen on the camera. She goes back to school full-time next week, so I'm going to lose my camera girl through the weeks, but happy that she's going back to school. What do you reckon, Karen?
No.
So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you for a walk around the garden and give you a Marty's Garden update. So, here we have our space. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but we've got different fruit trees and avocados, papaya, betel leaf, lemongrass. Over here we've got passion fruits. Everything's pretty productive and lots of food coming out of here. And today we're going to make these betel leaf wraps with pork and bake them in the electric, well, it's a new air fryer. And you just wrap them like that. Bit of pork, bit of herbs, bake them, pop them straight down. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the worm farms and the composting system that's going on at the moment. The hungry bin over here is doing really well. Few videos back, maybe 5 or 6 videos back now, I'll show you that I'm filling it back up. So if Karen comes in a bit closer with the camera, we'll have a look underneath. I'm starting to build up some worm stocks in here. I don't have huge numbers, but we're getting there. And they're starting to really enjoy being in the hungry bin in this position this time of year. So pretty happy with the results so far. I threw a few hundred worms in here. Probably got maybe 500 to 1,000 in here now. And then over in this section, if you look down here, got some ordered compost ready to go out today. And more worm farms and the beehive. The beehive's really quiet, the native bees, because it's just too cold this morning for them to come out. But they will come out if it warms up later on in the day. So if Karen comes in close with the camera, we can see a bit of worm activity here. There's horse manure on top. Not a lot of action going on. It's a bit cold. They've gone down. And we will keep on rolling around. This one has a few more worms in it. Feeding on the horse manure in here. Pretty happy. I'm using these for breeding boxes so I can just keep my numbers up, because it's a good idea to have a few different ways of keeping worms, because one always seems to do better than the other at certain times of the year. Now obviously the compost tumbler here, which I don't tumble, every now and again I tumble it, and lots of worms in here as well. Feeding on a wide array of tucker in there. I pretty much don't take care of this at all. I just throw my carbon and our compost in here, and really between Karen and me, we have nothing going out in the bin. It either goes into the worm farms, into the compost, or into the chickens. Pretty much everything. Right, so we keep moving around. A little bit of wind today, so hopefully it's not going to come out too bad on the recording. Karen's doing a great job following me along. I've got my winter woolies on. We're moving out here. The gals are doing great. We'll let them out just for a little while. Come on, little chickadees. And here, something that I want to show you. I'm getting these big 400 litre compost bins, and in here I've pretty much just got horse manure at the moment, and you can see all the water running back through from the condensation. I threw a handful of worms in there, but they'd be pretty scattered, and I don't know, I've got to move this bin possibly at some stage, or I've got to pull this whole coop out again. It's the second time we've moved the coop, and this tray needs to come out. So I made a boo-boo by putting that there. But this coop moves really easy. And it's got to be moved again anyway soon, so I can clean that tray. So we keep coming around here. we're coming into the compost area. Now this is getting really interesting here, and I want to share my story as I'm expanding as I go, and because I don't want to get too far ahead of telling you what's going on, so I don't want to create any confusion, and that way you're following the steps in the show and the vlogs, then you really sort of can implement some of these things yourself. So these are 400 litre bins. I've got more of them here, and these are compost blends that I'm working on at the moment, and big large worm farms. Now I've got some blends that I'm going to be working on and selling for growing different types of plants, and so they're all going to be a little bit different, these bins, and they produce around about 13 bags each for me, a 30 litre bag. So if Karen's got her boots on so she can walk around this way, we've got the underground worm farms. Now, if you went back a few videos, you would have seen that I've had these. Now what I've done is I've put on a couple of extra levels on top now, and we have got these just punching. Look at these. Look at the size of this one. Wow. He didn't like that when I picked him up. And they're all sort of like gathering here. And they come up and down through this system, like they get in through the bottom and move in and out. I don't want them to be unhappy, and if they crawl out the side at any stage, they're in the compost system, which is really great. Now, one thing about the horse manure that I got, this lady said, oh no, there's no seed in it. Crap, there's no seed in it. Look at this. Grass seed coming up everywhere. But the beautiful thing is, because I'm composting it and I'm throwing the coffee in, it's warm, so it's generating, it's either cooking the seed and killing the seed in it, or it's helping it germinate. So by the time it goes through all the system, there's pretty much no seed or any weeds or anything like that. And so they're all looking pretty good, all these farms. And this one's got a bit of a different blend in here. If we come down to there, Karen can see into there. You can see them moving around through here. I don't want to dig and disturb them too much, but they're fairly thick in here. There would be a couple of thousand worms in these two levels, and then again pretty much the same in this system as well. You've got to, they don't like it when they hit the light, but if you scratch through it, there's plenty of worms in these systems. And so under here is the compost that I'm working on, and this is covered over because I don't want the chicken scratching in there. And you can see the coffee and the different things sprouting up there from that horse manure. So when you're getting horse manure, because it doesn't pass through two guts like in a cow, you can get problems with seed that passes through, and they they advertise with no weeds. I highly doubt that. But if you're composting it and you're doing a hot processing, generally it's all gone. But you can see how strong it is. It's come up through the it's come up through the thing there. So if Karen sort of like walks around the edges here and can keep it going, we can walk out and around the side and keep showing you what's going on. It's a bit tricky, doing very well, Karen, coming up around the side here. So what we've got, if Karen comes and stands over this part here, and I think we're going to have, right, so what we can see here is two large piles. So there's around about 2 square meters there, and so there's probably 3 square meters all up, which is around about 9 cubic feet, I believe. And it's all going through, this is pretty much ready to go on the end here, and this is still being blended at the moment, and I'm chasing more coffee grounds from the coffee shops. And look, they use a lot of coffee. I get at least 10 litres, like a large plastic bucket each day from each one, and look, it just works absolutely brilliant. So if Karen sort of comes this way down here like this, and we look at, if she comes around here with a light coming back onto my face, I'm directing as we go in this vlog. I'm going to be getting more of these guys, and I'm going to be putting them out through here. I was able to get only 3 the other day because everyone's gardening at the moment because of this whole thing that's going on. So I will be extending these into creating more blends and creating more different types of composts and going to let you know what's going on, because I am actually going online selling my compost real soon. I'm super stoked, and we're just about to hit 30,000 subscribers on the channel. How cool is that, Karen?
That sounds brilliant.
You reckon?
Yes.
We finally got there. One day we might hit 50. Look, I'm not in any rush. As long as people are learning, they're enjoying the show, they're getting value out of these vlogs, and having fun watching the vids. More coming up in the future. Probably only one every weekend at the moment, until I get on top of this whole system here and get this business up and running much better. So what I want to do, if you haven't subscribed already, now I know a lot of people leave at this time, right? Don't go. Make sure you give me one of those big double barrel, I like to call them Aussie Bushranger thumbs up gun barrel thingos, because it really helps the channel grow, helps with the algorithm. And if you leave a comment down below, any questions, that also helps the channel grow. And if you watch the videos longer, that gives me more watch time, which helps my channel as well. It's a bit of a Google, YouTube algorithm sort of thing. But anyway, we're going to do the flexi hand. Oh, I love hearing those magpies. And we've lost the chickens already, so we better go hunt them down. All right, music please. Ready please, Mr. Music. Gotta dig the tunes. Here comes the flexi hand, Karen. Are you ready?
Tell me all your secrets.
Bye for now. See you at the next vlog.
Your wildest moments, color trees, your yellow